Thanks, Mike. Can everybody hear way back there? I'm hearing a lot of no's, so we're going to make this short and sweet. I was told that there is plenty of food available, so if you're still hungry, don't be shy. Feel free to get up and grab yourself some more. About half of you have had an opportunity to visit the corn amylase stop this morning. For those of you that haven't, you have an opportunity this afternoon to talk about an exciting new technology that Syngenta is developing called corn amylase. But hopefully what you're seeing here today is a combination of genetics and traits and crop protection products that can provide a complement of technologies that will allow you as producers to produce more corn. And today you're going to see, you're already in the process of seeing a snapshot of those technologies and what the opportunity can be going forward. As I talked to some of you this morning, we anticipate that we're going to use between 5 and 6 billion bushels of corn going into the ethanol industry as we move into the next decade. And that's going to require us to continue to increase yields and hopefully working with your local retailers and dealers and the product portfolio that Syngenta has put together both in terms of crop protection and seeds, we'll be able to bring those technologies to you, as well as new technologies that you're going to hear about as well today, such as drought tolerance that are in the development pipeline. So this afternoon we have the opportunity to listen to Jentz, who is the president of the Amaizing Energy ethanol plant here based in Iowa, and he's also a board member of EPIC, which is the Ethanol Promotion Council. And we asked Al to come in and share some of his thoughts, both in terms of the local ethanol industry, but also what's going on in the U.S. and just share what he's seen. He's been involved in the industry since the beginning of this decade and what he anticipates going forward. So if you would, give a warm welcome to Jentz.
Well, thank you, Gary, for that nice introduction there. So I appreciate the invitation of coming here. It's good to learn about the new traits and the results of the new traits, and it confirms my personal bias about the ethanol industry. It's here to stay, and it's going to grow. So, in addition, congratulations to the American farmer. He rose to the occasion this year. $4 corn early in the year. Planted a record number of acres not seen for nearly 60 years. And with trendline yields here, we're going to raise a record crop, God willing, here. So, also the seed industry, fertilizer industry, all these industries, equipment manufacturers and other industries such as bin manufacturers have all been benefactors, I guess, of the ethanol industry. So it's surely a team effort here to continue to make this industry grow. And the results you can see from fertilizer stocks have doubled in the last year. Equipment manufacturers, they're doing very well also. And of course you see a lot of new bins and infrastructure going up around the Midwest also here. So everybody benefits. The owner, the landowner, is all benefited. All benefited from ethanol. Of course, we've seen land prices go up along with commodity prices. Fertilizer stocks, Case IH and John Deere, all those people. The seed companies, they're all selling more seed. And then the main benefactor of it is, what I believe anyway, is our country. We're reducing oil consumption in this country because of ethanol replacing some of the oil demand. We're going to have cleaner air. Ethanol is an oxygenate. And we're going to reduce greenhouse gases. So what's driving ethanol? Back in August of 2005, August 8th, was the renewable fuel standard was signed into law by President Bush, and that called for a 7.5 billion gallon mandate by 2012. And it appears like we're going to meet that as early as next year. $70 oil, we're almost near record oil prices, and by all industry expectations, we may see $100 oil here within the next year or two. And that's because of world demand for oil. We've got China and India competing for our oil. And unfortunately, all the oil in the world is in some countries that are unstable. The other thing that refining capacity in the U.S. There hasn't been a refiner built here to process gasoline for more than 30 years. So ethanol is picking up some of that demand. And the gasoline demand in this country is at a record 145 billion gallons. So there's a lot of room for ethanol to displace this. And I expect that from corn we'll meet that 15 billion gallon capacity. And I expect that probably within the next 2 to 3 years the industry will be built out. And we've seen some of that happen in our own backyards here. It's truly a value-added process. Once we take the starch out of that, convert it to sugar and into ethanol, we still have all the oil and all the proteins left for feedstock for animals. The environment, again, we're reducing greenhouse gases and smog. Some of the environmental benefits of ethanol are it reduces CO2. For every gallon that's burned is 6.41 pounds of CO2 is reduced. So we got about if you do the math, that's 7.8 million tons of CO2 reduced, and that's the equivalent elimination of 1.2 million cars on the road. Some of the things that I expect will happen in the next 3 to 5 years would be cellulosic ethanol. And the first thing is all the producers are currently hauling corn into the ethanol plants, so the first thing I expect to happen is the rest of the corn kernel converted. And that can happen without any additional infrastructure, without any additional hauling, and there's all kinds of benefits there to convert the rest of the kernel to corn. The other things that are happening in the industry are, as this thing gets built out, everybody's looking for the next niche that makes their plant a little more efficient. And that ranges from some cogenerations. There's some closed-loop systems out there that have been completed. There are gasification projects. There are methane projects that are taking methane from landfills and different things like that. And other things, steam turbines. There's places in the plant where there's still a lot of pounds of steam available there, and you can run that through a turbine and generate some additional electricity. Water usage. Conoco reports that for a gallon of gasoline produced, it costs there's about 8 gallons of water used to produce a gallon of gasoline. The ethanol industry is currently around 3, and there's a lot of technologies out there to improve that also. Other things that plants are looking at are gray water to reduce the usage, and obviously, well, there's all kinds of different things, I guess, that are involved that are helping plants get more efficient. So, I guess in conclusion, I'm excited. I think we're going to continue to grow this industry. We're currently using less than 20% of the corn today, and I expect that we'll get to between 30 and 40% of the corn here within the next 2 to 3 years. And corn ethanol is here to stay for the foreseeable future. So, in that, I'll take any questions or turn it back here to Gary.
No, we definitely.